Hi, Dave here at the Bumaris Echo, and I want to talk about scams today. Mostly old ones, but there's a couple of new ones. So just so you're aware of them, I've just been looking through on the internet now for book our flights out end of the month, and we'll pop over for a month. So I want to get the best price possible. So it's going to take a bit of research, I think, and then my wife will probably go on and do it much more efficiently than me. Okay, the scams. Now, you've probably heard of most of these, but the one I've got at the end, I think is a pretty new one. So anyway, I'm going to start with the older ones. Obviously, our back bus is two prices. That's not a scam. It's been that way for quite a long time. One price for the locals and one price for the Thailand. So no, not a scam. It's pretty standard, really. Pickpockets in the cities. You suddenly find that it looks as if a bird's crapped on you, and people rush over to help you get cleaned up and pat you down at the same time. Now that one was going in London, God, when I was a kid, so you know, 50 years plus ago. The pickpockets in London now apparently are very efficient. They don't need a distraction like that. Okay, so down at number 14-ish, the fake note scam. You'll go to somewhere to buy whatever you want, and you'll pay for it with, let's just say, a 500 baht note. And the proprietor of the establishment will take the note off you and go, oh, I don't know, I'm going to check this. And take it behind, it's out of sight. They come back and they say, no, this is fake, it's not real, you pay with something else. And you're thinking, flipping heck, I've been scammed. Since when does an ATM pay out counterfeit money? So, if you did get your money out of the ATM, check the rest of your money. If you've got the note that's before or after it and you've got the numbers and that doesn't tally, you know you have been scammed. What they've done, they've taken the note off you, put it out of your sight, appeared to strike it and given you back what is a genuine forgery, and said, no, this is the one. Ow. And you've lost your money. So, you know, be aware of it, it can happen. Don't let your money out of your sight, or if you've had it out of an ATM and there's consecutive numbers on it, you know you're pretty safe. You can always threaten to bring a policeman. The market prices, you'll go into a lot of the markets, the night markets, and a lot of stuff isn't priced up. So you'll ask, let's just say, a Zippo lighter. And by the time you've done the change back, he's probably asking about 10, 11, 12 pounds for it, which is a reasonable price. It's less than you pay for a Zippo over here, but it's a lot more than you actually need to pay for a Zippo over in Thailand. So divide by 3 and start at the lower end of it, and meet the price that you're happy with. I mean, if you can get a Zippo lighter for 5-6 quid, you're doing well. And if you know Zippos, you'll spot the fakes. They're pretty obvious, but in Thailand you can get a genuine Zippo for £5 UK. The best way to do it is like everything else with haggling, is get a reasonable price and say, well, okay, what if I buy 2? And it might come down a little bit more because you're buying 2. And then say, well, can I buy 3? And I did once buy a whole box mixed Zippos, you know, different patterns on them. Got the whole box, a really good price, but don't let him fill them, because you can't take them back in the flight in your luggage. And if you've got a dozen, 10 or a dozen, whatever it is in a box, Zippo lighters laden with fuel, they might not even let you take them on the plane. So no fuel in them if you want to bring them home as souvenirs. Also resell, as a lot of people do. Okay. The taximeter scam. You get off your flight, you collect your baggage, you go outside, and downstairs and outside in Bangkok International, and you get to the taxi to get to your hotel. You're tired, it's been a horrible long flight, And the guy says, where do you want to go? You tell him the hotel, and he goes, yeah, okay. And you say, hang on, you haven't put the meter on. You say, oh, meter broken. Well, fine, we'll get a taxi behind then. And all of a sudden the meter will start working. The price that they'll offer you is usually double what it's going to cost on the meter. So make sure the meter goes on. You will get charged a little bit extra sometimes. I think it's 10 baht per big heavy suitcase. And they can charge you 10 baht per person on top of the starting rate, which is, I mean, crikey, I drove taxis years and years and years ago, and we always did that then, so it's not that bit isn't a scam. But make sure that meter goes on. As if the meter doesn't go on, make sure you don't get into that one. Okay, going down there, let's say you're in Pattaya, Bangkok, or anywhere where you've got the bar girls and the walking, say on Walking Street. You've got a lot of freelance girls working down in Walking Street and on the promenade in Pattaya. If you're going over there as a single bloke and you spot a pretty girl, be awfully careful, because you don't know. The old saying is keep your finger in the bottle, so nobody can slip you a tab or a rehypnol or whatever. You might wake up the next morning and everything, all your belongings are gone, along with her, and you don't know where you're ever going to find her again. You might not even recognise her again. You might look in the mirror and not even recognise yourself after that stuff and what I'm told. So be very careful. As I did say in an earlier vid, check ID cards, things like this. You know, but, you take your chances, don't you? The other one is you'll get handed a little flyer in the street. Come to this club, first drink free. So you'll go into this, and obviously there's a sex show going on, ping pong balls flying around everywhere. And sure enough, your first drink, there's no slip goes into the pot in front of you, so yeah, that was free. And the next one will come along and you pay for that. So you might have a couple of beers and you think, oh yeah, I'm bored now, enough of the ping pong balls flying around. And you get up to pay your bill, and you find out that you're kicking off at about 500 baht, 600 baht, maybe even 1,000 baht. And what they're telling you is, yeah, the first drink was free, but you've got to pay for the show. And when you walk into these places, the sign very often is above the door to your back saying, fixed price, whatever. Let's just say 1,000 baht towards the show. So, and there's usually a couple of heavies on the door. You're not going to get out in one piece, so be aware of it. I'd steer well clear of it personally, but there we are. It's everybody's choice. Just be careful, yeah. Okay, if you're in Bangkok and you're going to the Royal Palace, well worth a visit, beautiful. And you'll be walking along it's high walls and there's only one big entrance there. And a very officially dressed looking guy will say, you go to Royal Palace? And you say, yeah, going to Royal Palace. And you say, oh, closed today. Big ceremony. Big king come, closed, no public. Well, it's not closed. It's very rarely closed. What he's going to try and do is get you in a tuk-tuk and take you to this other place, you know, so come into the tuk-tuk scan I'll tell you about in a minute. The palace doesn't close. But if you are silly enough to fall for it, you're going to end up with a tuk-tuk scam. And he will take you on what appears to be a really small money trip. But there's lots of stop-offs. The gem shop, the suit shop, the shirt shop, and the silver shop, and it goes on, and you're expected to stay there for so long, and everybody gets a bit ratty and shirty if you decide you don't want to go. So the best thing to do is, anytime you use a tuk-tuk, say to him, I want to go to so-and-so. Don't want no shirt shop, don't want no gem shop, we go from here, we go to this, okay, how much, agree your price and off you toddle. If you do get drawn into one of these things, get out of it as fast as you can, even if you have to slip him a little bit more than you initially agreed on. 20 baht, 30 baht, you know, just steer well clear of it. The one that I came across personally in Pattaya a long time ago, and it was the gems for sale on the beach. And my wife and I and Jason was a little baby then. We're down on the beach of Pattaya doing a bit of bronzing, or at least I was, and this guy came along selling wallets, and they were realistic. They weren't leather. You know, you could feel it. The smell wasn't right. And he'll say, oh yeah, crocodile, crocodile. No, it's not, you know. But they're all right to bring home for cheap souvenirs to give away to your buddies, you know, present in Thailand. If you can get them for about 50-60 baht a piece, something like that, they're okay. So, anyway, I knew what the going rate was on these wallets, and I got him down to that price, and he was happy enough, and I think I bought 4 or 5 of them. And then he sort of looked very furtively up and down the beach like that, and pulled out of his pocket old-fashioned cigarette case, and opened it very carefully in front of me. And there was all these, what appeared to be gems, cut gems, all floating around, all very pretty. And he took one out, put it on the stone, whacked it with another stone, sure enough it was still there, not chipped and all this. I don't know what the trick was, if it was a trick. But a pal of mine had asked me to look for a ruby, for a ring. He'd lost the stone in the ring, and he'd given me the ring to take out. And he said, can you get me a stone that'll fit in this? He said, you know, don't go overboard with the prices, it doesn't have to be an amazing stone, just to fit in this, excuse me, in this gold ring. So, the fact of the matter was, he'd lost the stone, he hadn't told his girlfriend who'd bought the ring for him for Christmas. But anyway, there was a couple of stones there that looked to be rubies. Now, because this guy had asked me to look for a stone for him, I'd actually taken out a diamond tester with me. Bought it on eBay, about £6 or £7 back then. And I did a test, and the rubies and emeralds in his little case showed as being real, and most of the others, especially the diamonds, I think there must have been CZs or something like that, they were fake. And he gave me a little grin as if to say, you've caught me out here. And I said, well, I don't want to buy these, but... And delved into the white handbag at great risk to my fingers, because, you know, would bash into the kitchen sink in there. Got this ring out and I said, can you get me a ruby that'll fit this? And he very carefully measured the fitting, and he looked in his little collection and he said, I don't have, but I can get one for you. He said, how much do you want to spend? And I said, well, it's not for me, it's for my friend. Not big money, so, you know, I don't know. I think I said something like 40-50 quid, the equivalent of in baht. And I gave him my phone number. Anyway, off he toddled. It turned out he was from Burma, and he was an illegal immigrant. The other thing he had was a picture of him working in his emerald mine or ruby mine in Burma, you see. He also took out a couple of quail egg sized stones, one red, one green, very rough. And he said, these real, do you want to buy these? And I slapped the tester against them, and they were fake, they were colour glass. Anyway, halfway through the evening, phone went, and it's this guy. He says, I've got a stone that I think you'll like. So I said, okay, he's come to the hotel. Told him where the hotel was, and I met him down in the bar. Excuse me. And took the ring down, and sure enough, it fitted the ring. And I don't know if it tested as being a ruby. No, I don't know about quality and looking into them and things like this, but it looked okay. And it fitted, and I said, how much? And I think it was 45 quid. So I actually paid him the 50 quid and bought him a beer, because I was really pleased that he'd gone to the trouble. It didn't matter what he paid for it, he'd done the job I asked him to do. And I knew that my pal would be well pleased with the stone. So that was one scam that turned out quite well, really. Okay, the silver shops, steer well clear. Unless you really are an expert in silver, you don't know what you're buying. It might feel right, it might look right, but the amount of silver in the jewellery can be quite low. So I personally would steer well clear. Go to the gold shop, buy a quarter baht necklace or a half baht necklace, something like that, a nice thin gold. At least you know it's pure gold, good quality, and it's going to be a long-term investment. So no, steer clear. Wrong change scam. I think we've all had this in every country we ever go to. You pay for something with a, let's say, 1,000 baht note, and you'll get the change for a 100 baht note. And you say, oh, hang on, I gave you 1,000 baht. And they say, no, it's still in my hand here, 100 baht. You've been scammed, huh? What are you going to do? How are you going to prove it? So if you're paying with a, you know, you've run out of small change, you've run out of small notes, and you're paying with a large denomination, look, just say, here, 1,000 baht, yeah? Okay, 1,000 baht, go and get my change, I'll give you 1,000 baht. And they'll count the change in front of you, pay them 1,000 baht, and they know that you're just covering your own arse. They might be the most honest person in the world, but they're not going to be offended, because they'll take it as you're a ting-tong foreigner. Ting Tong being crazy. So, cars, motorbikes, jet skis, when you're hiring, very often you'll go out and come back and you're expected, they're going to try and bill you for damage that was already there, that was done by somebody else. So the thing to do is go around whatever it is you're going to hire with your camera phone and take pictures, just point out, there's this one click, there's this one click, there's this one click, and then give your phone to your friend, partner, buddy, whatever, and go and enjoy yourself. As far as the jet skis are concerned, if you haven't been on a jet ski before, it all looks very tempting and get a bit bumpy in Pattaya, and there's people who get killed or badly injured every year, either being run over with jet skis or falling off them, drowning. Although you do have a life jacket on, there's all sorts of horrible accidents happen. So be careful, be very careful. Okay, now this one was an old one, and when I went out to Thailand for the very first time, no, when I went to Pattaya for the very first time, second time I went out to Thailand, I was chatting to a pal of mine who'd been going to Thailand for many years, and he'd just come back. It was just before I went out, and he was telling me about the scam that was going on, and you get approached in the street, asked to fill in a little questionnaire, and sure, you get a phone call in the evening, you've won a prize, a nice car comes to pick you up, takes you over to, in this case it was Jomtien, which is everything south of Pattaya, and they're going to try and sell you, or get you to buy in rather, to a holiday club, or, as I've heard does happen now, is timeshare. So anyway, going back now, we were walking down the promenade at night, and two young Thai girls approached with a clipboard and said, excuse me sir, we're in university and we're just trying to earn some money. Every time we get one of these filled in we get 5 baht. Would you help? Yeah, no problem. I looked at it, and the little alarm bell rang, and it was my name, occupation, no, name, age, occupation, hotel, room number. So I filled it in, and they said, yeah, have a good day, and off we went. And I said to Ned, it's funny, the other guy was also called Dave. Dave was telling me something about this, it was very similar. And I said, I wonder if we're going to get a phone call today, and telling us we won a prize. And lo and behold, about halfway through the evening, we get the phone call. Thai girl, very well spoken, saying you filled in one of our questionnaires and you've won a prize, and to collect it we'll pick you up in a car tomorrow, and you come to the hotel in Jomtien Beach and watch the presentation, win prize, and all of that went on. And I said, yeah, okay, what time? And she went, and I said, no, it's too late in the day. I said, pick me up early. So I think we agreed on about 9 o'clock, 9:15. And I told Ned what David told me, and she said, you're not going to go, are you? And I said, yeah. I said, I've heard Jomtien Beach is a nice beach, I want to go and have a look. I said, we'll get a free ride over. So anyway, sure enough, this rather nice car picked us up in the morning, and off we went with our beach bag all ready to go, you know. We went to quite a nice hotel in Jomtien and went up into the conference room, and everything was laid out. There was screens going, there was big posters, and there was tables here, there and everywhere. And we got shown to a table, and it was an Australian expat, and he starts this obviously very well rehearsed spiel on this holiday club, where you bought into the holiday club and you were forever on holiday, cheap holidays, cost you almost nothing, and we were overlooking the sky pool just outside the window. He said, just imagine that every day, and it went on and it went on. And I said, look, between you and me, mate, I know this is a scam. I said, so you really are wasting your time, but if you want me to sit here for another 10 minutes or so and look interested, I will. And the guy who was, to me, appeared to be running the show, his accent was, he was either Dutch, German or Afrikaans, I'm not quite sure. It was that sort of an accent. And when we got up to go, he got quite shirty. But you're not going to sign? I said, no, I'm not going to buy it, no. I said, do I look like a mug? And there was other people I noticed signing cheques. And he ushered me out of the the conference room very quickly, and he said, well, not giving you a taxi back, get your own flipping taxi if you're not going to sit for it. And I said, yeah, no problem, mate. I said, but to me it's an obvious scam, I'm not going to buy it. And we went and had, spent the day on the beach. We got a free ride over to Jomtien. We got the bus back in the evening back to the hotel in North Pattaya. So yeah, that was one scam that we came across, and luckily, I mean, the spiel was so good it wouldn't be difficult to fall for it. Now, I've also been told that the similar scam is going on now with timeshare. Buy into this new hotel, buy shares in this new hotel, buy a timeshare on your room in this new hotel. And whether the hotel ever gets built, I don't know, so be aware. Let that little alarm bell ring if you're offered to... I mean, you get nothing for nothing in this life, so you ain't going to win prizes. Okay. The other one which I've been told about, hasn't happened to me. You might be a couple and you're going down to the beach in, let's Jomtien or Pattaya, and you're going to look a bit green. You're sort of looking around, where should we go? And you'll find a little bit on the beach. You might get your beer, your coke, or your water or whatever, get comfy, and a little Thai girl come over and kneel down in front of you and whine, and she'll appear to be almost in tears, and she say, please sir, can you help me? And of course, being a gentleman, you'll say, what's the matter? And she'll take out a little red box, gold lettering on, open it up, and there'll be a gold necklace or a gold bracelet in there, or gold rings. And she'll say, please help me, I need to get a bus to go home to my ma, she's not well, I have to sell my gold, will you buy my gold? And she'll show you a receipt for the gold, and she'll say, I pay so much for it, will you pay that much for me, so I can quickly get the bus and go home to my ma who's not well. It'll look beautiful on your lady's wrist and everything else. Well, if you're going to fall for that one, you might well, it could well happen on your first day there, because you're green as grass, wet behind the ears. If she really desperately needed the money, she'd just go to any gold shop and say back to them. More often than not, what you're buying is something which the receipt is for something else and is inflated price. You're not going to know it's written in Thai for a start. And so you pay an inflated price for the item, or you're buying a fake piece. And the receipt might be genuine for something else, but you're going to buy a fake key. So steer clear. Just say, no, sorry. Point her over to somebody else that you think might fall for it, but don't get roped in. Now this one is a new one. There have been a terrific amount of forged notes, and the authorities in Thailand believe that they've caught the gang and all the gang members that were in Thailand and most of the money that was smuggled in. And it's very high quality forged baht, high denomination baht. And anyway, I was talking to a pal of mine. He saw the video that I put on about driving in Thailand. He lives in Thailand. And he phoned me and he said, this is the latest. Now he goes over to Laos quite regularly. He only lives about 20 miles from the Laos border. And he'll go over for the festivals, and certain items are cheaper in Laos. We'll go and stock up and bring them back and everything. And the scam is, you'll be approached by an American, especially if you are an American, you'll get approached by an American, asking how the holiday is and how long you're over for and everything else. And he'll say, look, before you go back to Thailand, give this guy a call, and he'll give you a business card. And he said he will give you a fantastic rate from dollars to Thai baht. He said, you won't get that rate anywhere else. It's actually, it's a really good investment. So you say, yeah, okay, you make a note of it and pop it in your pocket, and then maybe you'll be passing the money changing place, and you look at the rate and you're thinking, crikey, this guy is offering a good rate. So before you go back over the border, you might phone this guy, and you'll say, well, yeah, you go to the ATM and you take out Lao money. He said, I don't want. He said, I only want American dollar. So maybe you haven't got the American dollars, maybe you have. Let's just say you've got $200–300. So you say to him, yeah, well, I've got about $300. He says, that's the best I can do. And he said, okay, where are you? I'll come meet you, be there in 10 minutes. And this guy will turn up, and he will change the dollars for high denomination Thai baht, and there'll be forgeries. So for heaven's sake, don't fall for it. It's the latest scam in Laos against tourists that have popped over a day, 2 days, whatever, that we've heard about. But it could be happening on a bigger scale in the cities or in Laos, I don't know. So be aware of that one. So that was number one, that's the top one. So if that helps you in any way on your holiday, all well and good. One thing I should say to people, you know, I talk to guys, usually guys, and they'll say, oh yeah, we've been to Thailand loads of times, and I'll say, oh, where do you go? And they say, oh, Pattaya. And I'm thinking, yeah, great, okay, you know Pattaya, but you don't know Thailand. Now, if you go up to the north, to Udon or Chiang Mai, or, you know, and you'll find that these scams just don't seem to happen. I spend a lot of time in Udon and never seen it, never been offered a buy-in, or I don't know whether it's just away from the city or people just can't be bothered, or the fact that they're Assam people, and Assam people seem to show a bit more respect to tourists, especially if like my kids are mixed race, and I don't know. So if you want to see the real Thailand, go away from the big cities, go up north, go to Udon, Chiang Mai, and see the real Thailand. You know, it's cheaper for a start, it's a lot cheaper. So there you go, that's it for the day. So I hope that's helped. So for the rest of the day, have a good day. I can't see me making many more films now before we go out to Thailand, and then we'll be running the series showing you where we visit in Udon Thani. We've got quite a few trips out planned, and I'm really looking forward to taking the big camera out and putting some films together about what to me is real Thailand. So there you go, folks. For the rest of your day, enjoy it, and hope to see you again soon. This is David the Bumaris Echo. Do me one big favour before you go: hit the like button. A comment's nice, and if you can subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And press the share button as well. You may as well hit them all. And I'll love you forever. Okay, thanks, folks. Take good care. Bye bye. Sawadee Kap.